28th of October, heading down into California for a little bit. We're going to do hopefully a hike around the Boulder Peak area and ultimately to summit the peak. And this is down the Scott Valley over by Etna and Fort Jones. Just past Fort Jones, and I'm going to be turning off to the left here. Boulder Peak is the highest in that high set of mountains right there. You hear the cowbells. I did pass some cattle earlier. I'm at this wide turnaround spot. The road I thought would keep going towards my trailhead, but I unexpectedly hit a gate with a private property sign. That is one thing I do hate about Northern California, is that you could just be driving and all of a sudden the road will be gated out of nowhere. I do see, however, on this big rock, Big Meadows Trailhead, being indicated with arrows on this road here, although it's a little bit too rough for my car, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull out my bike. GPS says I'm at about 5,800 feet, so I got about 2,500 feet to climb to reach the summit. Are you ready? Are you ready? Alright, and I got my bike all set. Road's right there, and I chained my bike against this tree. It's got a very nice sweet vanilla smell, the bark, right where the sap is. Anyway, I'm supposed to start angling up this way, merging out into this little meadow here. Shasta's over there behind the trees. This is the boundary. The other side here is the Marble Mountain Wilderness. The line has fallen a little bit. As you can see, it opens up to some nice, big, spacious meadows. Calf Lake, straight ahead, upper right lake is where we're going, that way. There's Boulder Peak, about half a mile from the top. These trees grow together, make a huge cluster. I don't know if they're like white bark pine or what. It's a big conglomerate. CH, it's all the initials on there. Well, we are at the top of Boulder Peak. It's the highest point in the region. 82, 99 feet in elevation. So So as far as distant views go, we'll start with Mount Shasta. It's got a dusting of snow. And this is going kind of southish. It's towards China Mountain and Mount Eddy. Right there, far off on the horizon in the middle, is Lassen Peak. And these mountains here are all looking towards Callahan area. This is pretty much going straight south. View of the high Klamath Mountains. That's the Trinity Alps way out there. These mountains up close here, I don't think have a name, but well, I think actually one of them is called English Peak. They're kind of an isolated set just to the west. This is looking towards the southwest. Boulder Peak kind of falls along this high ridge line of mostly unnamed mountains. And then this is starting to go straight west. The marble escarpment off of Black Marble Mountain is definitely very prominent with the white marble. There's a whole bunch of caves in there. Marble Gap is right there. Black Marble Mountain, because the summit is pretty much the same material as kind of what you find up here. It's very dark black. I don't know what it is though. And then just north of Black Marble Mountain is the King's Castle. Moving around here. And then in the backdrop you can see Preston Peak. It's northwest of here. It looks like it's way taller than 7,300 feet. But that's all the elevation that it is. And this is starting to look north into Oregon. Most of the fire activity has ceased. Grayback, kangaroo, red buttes, Cook and Green Butte. And then that follows into the eastern Siskiyous. That bald one is Dutchman Peak. Leading to Mount Ashland, Mount McLaughlin, Cascade Range. And that's going back into the Shasta and Scott Valleys. Goose Nest. Scott Valley. And back to Mount Shasta. And a bunch of high meadows up here. Wright Lake, Upper Wright Lake, which, if there's enough daylight, I'm going to try to head to. I can already see the trail right there in the talus. There's actually another little lake. I don't know if it has a name or not. It's on the opposite side here. Looks really pretty because it's very shallow, but it has a nice rocky island with a few trees right there. And he's anxious to go down. Poking through right there. So the true top, I decided to walk along the ridge just to the edge of the north here, because I know that there's quite a nice drop off into both of these basins. Climbing back up to the top. 1952, and it points the arrow to one that's located right at the top, although I didn't quite see where that one was. On the summit boulders, there is the summit register. Hot Springs Trail. I've never heard of that one. 7 summits of the Siskiyou Trail. It's the High Sierra Hot Springs Trail, Nevada Trail, and the Idaho Socentennial Trail. Probably would have called it the Idaho Newtennial Trail, to be honest. These are a little damp and wet and rusted. Looks like it was placed on August 3rd, 2003. Somebody was here on October 14th, 2 weeks ago. Same date here. Well, we're gonna head on down now, and we're gonna make it to that upper right lake. There's a little bit of dustings of snow on the shady north sides. And I'm just heading down about another 200 feet or so. A little less than that, just to get to this lake. It's Upper Right Lake. Just kind of here in this hanging valley. Very calm. And the forest. There's the summit where I stood. Back at the top of the pass. Now we're just gonna head on back. The trail cuts down just past where those aspens are. I'm just going to shortcut and go this way and kind of angle a little bit more towards the left. Back of the wilderness boundary. And out there is the meadow that I first saw this morning. Right back to my bike. I only went maybe a quarter mile at most. I didn't really use my bike much. Good boy.